For Honor has a load of different movesets across all of its available characters, but one they all share in some form or fashion is the ability to throw. In a moment when your opponent's defense is wide open, you can use this to stagger them and manipulate them around the arena, and if used properly and the right timing, it can lead you to victory. So today on Split Screen, we're going to be putting together a guide to throwing so you guys know how to use this awesome ability. Throwing has a variety of different uses, and by the end of the video, hopefully you guys have a better understanding of how exactly to use this mechanic. Overall, throwing across all characters is pretty much the same basic concept. You can use it to stagger your opponent, but classes such as the Raider for the Viking, they have the ability to pick their opponent up, run and throw them into a wall or off a ledge or anything like that. So some classes have an addition to their throw, but overall the same basic concept is there. I recommend starting out with things like the Warden, some of the smaller, lighter characters, so you can get the basics of throwing and then move on to a character with additional throw mechanics such as the Raider. Throwing has quite a few uses, so first you can use this to give yourself a little bit of breathing room. You've got an opponent that's all up in your face, you can use the throw to stagger them and knock them off balance. That gives you a moment to get away from them using a dodge or a roll, and you can recuperate your stamina and get your head back in the game. Second, you can use the throw to manipulate your opponent around the arena. If you want them closer to a certain part of the map or just out of your face in general, say they're backing you up against the wall, you can get in a throw, use your analog stick and dictate which direction you're going to throw them, and they will be moved away from you, once again allowing you to recuperate. And the third and final, and probably the most humiliating way to throw, is to use it and throw your opponents off of the ledge. A lot of the duel arenas have areas where the enemy can be thrown off. All you need to do is, if their back's to it, throw into them and it'll push them off. Or if they're beside it, you can use the throw, grab your opponent and throw them off of the ledge, and it is an instant kill. It is very humiliating if this happens. If you do it effectively, you can use this to start and finish a match almost immediately. So when should you be using a throw? We're going to go over a few do's and don'ts, and hopefully you guys get a better understanding of when you should and shouldn't be attempting this move. First, we'll start with the don'ts. Don't initiate combat with a throw. As you guys can see here, I attempt to come in, throw my opponent right away, I miss, and I'm thrown off of the ledge. Starting combat with a throw is not something you want to do. If you miss this attack, you will be left wide open, your opponent can follow up with an attack, or they can throw you off of the ledge like I was. Next, don't spam throws. This will leave your defense wide open. If you attempt to throw and miss, back off and give yourself time to recover. Staying right up in your opponent's face, spamming throws will not only drain your stamina, but it'll allow your opponent to get in a very large amount of easy hits, and that could potentially kill you. So if you miss, back it up, give yourself time to recover. If you land that first throw, excellent, do what you need to do, but if you miss, don't spam it. Next, don't make it obvious that you're constantly attempting throws. If every time your opponent gets close to you and attacks, you're attempting to throw them, they're going to start keeping their distance. The throw is best used when it's least expected. If you've gone a round or two and haven't attempted to throw, you block an attack and you can get that throw in right after it, by all means go ahead and do it. Just don't make it obvious that you're going to attempt to throw them every single time. And the final don't is don't throw when you're near a ledge. If your back's to it, if you fail, more than likely you will be thrown off of that ledge. If you and your opponent are both next to a ledge, it's on either side of you, that is a better way to attempt it. But if your back is to a ledge, do not attempt it unless you are 100% confident that you can land that throw. If you don't, you will be punished, and that punishment is most likely death. Now on to the do's. If you block an attack from your opponent and then follow up immediately with a throw afterwards, most of the time it will knock them off balance and give you a window of attack yourself. I don't advise doing this against classes such as the Viking Berserker, as they do hit multiple times in one combo and they hit incredibly fast. So wait until they've finished their combo. If they're just going for a single hit, you can follow up with a throw afterwards. Next, if your opponent is using a slow, heavy attack, This has plenty of time for you to get a throw in, knock them off balance before they even hit you, and start attacking yourself. Classes such as the Viking, they hit like a truck, but they also have a slow windup on a few of their attacks, so it does give you a chance to get in that throw before they even hit you. Next, if your opponent is out of stamina, this is the perfect time to get the throw. They're not really going to be able to move away from you, let alone defend themselves. So if you can get on them when they're out of stamina, you can really use this time to manipulate your opponent around the arena and get them exactly where you want them to. And the final way you want to execute your throws is to dodge an attack and then follow up with a throw. If your opponent likes to come in with a single swipe or a single heavy attack, dodge out of the way from the left or right and then follow up with a throw immediately afterwards. Not only is their defense wide open, they won't hit you, you'll knock them off balance and you can get in a few hits yourself. But anyways guys, that about wraps up today's video. Hopefully you learned something new, and if you want to know more things about For Honor, let us know in the comment section below. If you guys found today's video helpful or you enjoyed it, a like is always appreciated. And if you happen to be new to Split Screen, hit that subscribe button down below so we can keep you guys up to date with the latest in gaming news, guides, reviews, and entertainment on all of the newest games releasing. But anyways, my name is Morgan, and you guys have an awesome day.